The biggest challenge people have, and all those who join my course, that how to make their meaning clear. Let's say, for example, I've made 10 points and you have understood 2 of them. So how many points did I make? 10? No, I've made 2 points. So responsibility of all those guys who are joining my course, that they have not to use too many of words. It's called verbosity, articulate, where you are using very less words and have been able to convey your point to your audience. So today's training is on how to make your meaning clear.
Point number 1, most time when I give a topic to my students and I ask them to speak for 2 minutes, they have a matter for 2 minutes. Whereas the best students, if I ask them to speak for 2 minutes, they have not matter for 2 minutes, they have so much of information. They mull over. They go deeper into the topic. On the depth of your desire depends the swiftness of your progress. Guys, if you want to make your meaning clear, you must be excited. You must be enthusiastic. You should be honest about the topic, and that happens only when you have too much of information. So if you want to make your meaning clear, you must have too much of information.
I told you in point number 1 that you must read, and then you must speak from within. But most people, they misunderstand this, and what they do, they cut, copy, paste and speak what they read somewhere else. Like sometime back in one of my courses, I gave a topic to a student, to all the students rather, to speak on the same topic next week. But one of the students, he read an article in some magazine and he tried to cut, copy, paste the same article he read. He was lost, he was not convincing, he was not being able to make his meaning clear just because he was speaking someone else's ideas. Today, everything is available on net. If we want to know about the topic, we can go on the net and check. We do not want to know about what that author has written that article. We want to know what you think about that topic. And that's why we have come here to listen to you. Speak your own topic, speak your own thought. I'm not saying that you must not read. Read, even I read. You must read. But do not cut, copy and paste. You must speak from within. Jo bhi man se aa raha hai, you have to speak on that.
You must know what language your audience understands. You must know the demographics of audience. Have you written a love letter? You must have written a love letter. If you are not, think a person is writing a love letter and addressing it to whomsoever it may concern. No, it's funny, right? Similarly, if you are not knowing the caliber of your audience, the language they understand, or are they profound? Do they understand the jargons? If your audience is profound, they are knowledgeable, you have to use jargons, you have to use technical words. If you don't use technical words, they will think that if you're an ordinary speaker. Similarly, if the audience doesn't understand English, you have to speak a language they understand, their native language. You have to get to the level of your audience so that they understand. Now listen to this speech twice. First, I'm speaking the way the speakers do, and second speech, the same speech will be spoken differently. Listen to this speech. It's about 45-second speech. So long time back, there was a medical student in the year 1871, and he had a lot of doubts about his forthcoming examination, his future, his career. All those doubts, he picked up a book which was written by Sir Thomas Carlyle. From this book, he picked up 21 words which had a profound effect on his life. Because of these 21 words, not only he became the best physician of his time, he was knighted by the King of England, and when he died, it required 2 huge volumes having more than 1,500 pages to write his complete story, his biography. His name was Sir William Osler. But what were those 21 words which had a profound effect on his life? Those 21 words were: our main business is not to see what lies dimly at a distance. Our main business is not to see what lies dimly at a distance, but to do what lies clearly at hand. Now listen to the same speech without confidence, without body language, no facial expressions, not even eye contact. Same speech, same words, same speaker. A long time back, in the year 1871, there was a medical student and he was preparing for his forthcoming examination. He had a lot of doubts. Amid all those doubts, he picked up 21 words. He picked up a book, and from this book, he picked up 21 words which had a profound effect on his life. Because of these 21 words, he became the best physician of his time. He was knighted by the King of England, and when he died, It required more than 1,500 pages to write his complete story. His name was William Osler. But those 21 words were, our main business is not to see what lies dimly at a distance, but to do what lies clearly at hand. Do you see the difference? The first speech was very motivational. Same speech, same word, same speaker. But first speech was very motivational. The second was a waste of time. What is the difference? Difference is your non-verbal communication, your confidence, your body language, your voice modulation, your facial expression. They must match with the topic. If you're having a very powerful body language, your message will be very clear. If it's not, it will not be clear. Your body language must match with the topic, and you must know how to speak, how to use your non-verbal communication. If you do it, you become a good speaker. All the best speakers, before they give the speech, they think a lot. Abraham Lincoln, who is considered as one of the finest speakers in the annals of mankind, he used to think a lot how he's going to start, his closing, the middle body, and what examples, what anecdotes, what exhibit he's going to show to his audience. Now think whether you are going to use PowerPoint presentation or a flip chart presentation, board presentation, whiteboard presentation. You have to think a lot what you're going to do. And then when you make a speech after thinking, that is very meaningful. That makes your point very clear, and audience says, wow. Right, guys? So all those points which I've given to you, keep in mind while making your presentation. So in the last, I would like to summarize all the points. Number one was that you have to read a lot. Number two, speak your thoughts. Number three, understand your audience. Number four, use dramatics, use body language, voice modulation, non-verbal communication. And last but not the least is that you must prepare before you speak. Think a lot, right? Thank you very much.